All right, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason, my video, they YouTube decided to make it private. I don't know why. I didn't say anything crazy. All I was talking about was ARPA chain. I kind of find that odd. This is the first time this happened where I was talking about a certain cryptocurrency and they made it private video. So I cannot even, it's not public no more. You won't be able to see it. You missed out on that. But I was talking about ARPA chain. Okay, that's the coin I was talking about. For some reason, they decided to make that video private, which, you know what, it is what it is. It's only a video. But the point of making this video, so I want to show you where you can make profit, make more coins, continue to accumulate more coins by following this trading strategy. It's not hard at all. I mean, you're not going to hit it 100% all the time, but this is how I accumulate more and more coins, okay? That being said, I'm talking about, right now I'm trading ARPA USD on Coinbase. As you can see, my targets here. Now you can, if you've been watching my past videos, you know how I accumulated and created this chart. You know, this actual trend line, these two right here, this one and this blue line here. I'm going to make them a little thicker. That way you can see it. That one. And, oh, I got to make it thicker. I do apologize. Let me make that a little thicker for, all right, there we go. That one and that one. Now, what you also can do, so that's 1, 2. I'm going to draw another line. The reason is I'm going to create another trend line right at the, only because it hit it multiple times. So now you can still accumulate coins just at a faster rate rather than waiting for it to hit the very lows and the very highs. Okay, so for instance, all right, this is a trend line resistance. Hopefully I spelled that wrong. Hopefully I spelled that right. I'm going to say, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make that blue, and I'm gonna make it 32. That way you can. This is trend line resistance, okay, and then I'm gonna draw trend line support, which is the bottom one. All right, this is trend line support. Okay, which there's 2 of them, so I'm just gonna duplicate that one. Clone, and then this is the other trend line support. Well, I'm gonna edit this one. Edit this one. I'm going to call this short trend line support. Short trend line support. Okay. Let me make that. All right. So I'm just going to put it right below it. There we go. Make it nice and tidy. All right. So you're looking at the market. You're trading the market. Now, this could be any coin. But right now, this is called consolidation phase. So there's key targets. As you can see, it hit multiple times. So if you don't see it, you could see plain in sight where the targets are, right? This is where the most support is. This is where the most resistance is. And if it continue to do that day in and day out, then you know you can make money. You can still make money in this market, right? For instance, I sold right up at the very top, somewhere right around here. And then I put my buy in at this trend line. Not this one. I did go here. Only because it hit here once. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4. I will say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like it's going to touch it again. It looks like it's going to go down and hit it again. It's a possibility that's going to happen. Only because, as you can see, the market is red. See this red here? Showing more sales. So that being said, there's this. The coin is trending downwards, ladies and gentlemen. So it is a possibility it could break through the short trend line and hit the higher trend line, which is the bottom one here, because it only hit it. It started here, so that's 1, 2, 3 times, and it's a possibility it could hit it 4 times. So this is where you have to decide whether you put a buy order here. You could put, say you have $10,000, for instance. You could put a buy order here for $5,000, right? So if you got just cash $5,000, you put a buy for here, right around 0.319, and also take another $5,000 and put it here at 0.03, 0.03, right around here, because you notice a possibility if you get it here, okay, you got $5,000 worth of that. But if it drops even further, you can collect even more coins, because eventually it's a possibility that the coin's going to hit those targets and then do its move. Let me get my brush. So as you can see, it's doing this. 1, 2, bang, bang. This is what it's doing. You see? Hit the target, broke below it, hit this target. Boom, hit this target, hit this target. In this scenario here, that's what the coin did. So you can see, if you was to buy here, sold here, well, you wouldn't, because this is just starting out. So you would probably not make any game in here unless you're looking at the RSI, unless you're looking at the volume, then it's a possibility you might. Now, you saw the EMA, this EMA cross here. Once it hit the orange, there was a possibility it could shoot up. And then you saw this happening. That's at the exact same time. You're like, okay, I could put a buy order here and possibly watch it go up. And if you did, there was no other previous, as you can see, marker behind it to tell you where the sell point was going to be. So let's say you bought it here, and then you watch it do this. You're like, oh, shoot, it's going back up. Now it's doing the daily dance. So it's going to be hard for you to sell it and make profit. So it did it, went down, back here. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should sell. And then you saw this here. I would take a hit. I would sell it here for a loss, because now you see a dip. It hit this trend line, which is the previous support. It turned support right here. This is the first time it turned to support right at this level. And then the second time it turned to support this level. So you know this is your target buy. If you sold here, so you take a hit for a little bit of a loss. You lost a little bit of money. That's fine. You know what I mean? You lost, I don't know, a couple $100, depending how much money you put in. And then you watch the dip. Put your buy order at this. If you would have put your buy order here at this previous resistance, you would have bought it here. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? And if it continued up, what? Now you got your resistance line. So you put a sell order here. You made your money back. This little tiny loss you took, you made that back already right here. From here to here, you probably doubled your money. Maybe, depending how much money you put in. Now you put your sell order here. Now it's starting to do the trend line. Now it's doing here. Here, you wait a little while. Okay, it's trending upward. So it's not really reaching this particular point. Hasn't reached it in the what? This is May 14th, and this is May 19th. So 5 days. 5-day difference from here to here. So now you're seeing it trend inside. You say, okay, well, hit it once, hit it twice, went up, boom, boom, boom. You're watching this. Okay, hit it here. Shoot, I'm going to buy here. Let's say you bought here. It goes up, didn't hit your target. You're like, oh, snap, it's going below it. Now it goes below this line. You would sell at a loss or break-even point. You buy here. Goes up, doesn't get to your target, comes down, you will sell here at the break even. So you break even. You don't lose nothing. You didn't gain all, you didn't lose. That's where your stop loss is. And then it comes down. This is where it hit the target again. So there's 1, 2, 3 times. This is where you buy. If you would have bought here and watch it go up, like, oh my God, it's going to hit the target again. This is where you put your sell order. If you're doing this consistently, look how many trades you got within 5 days. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put my text. So this will be, I'm just going to put one trade. All right, there'll be your first trade here. Your second trade will be here. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm just going to clone. This will be your second trade. I'm just going to put 2. And then you're going to do it again because you're going to, I'm going to duplicate it. And this is your third trade here. Okay. I'm just going to put this above only because I'll put it right here, right next to it. And I'm going to put trade number 3. All right. So this, you should have done 3 trades. And so this is May 15th. And this trade here is May 19th. So 15th to the 19th is 4 days. You did 3 trades in 4 days. And you sold at the top. This is the top. This is considered the top at this particular moment, is this trend line. So trade 1, trade 2, trade 3. Guess what's going to happen? And look at the dip. You're like, okay, should I buy here? Right? That's your question. Should I buy here or should I sell here? This is where we wait. So I already bought. I bought the bottom. I bought this dot here. So now it did go up a little bit. It looks like it's playing around. But if it hits this line here, 0.031, I'll put my stop loss here. Only because if that happens, you know where I'm going. Yes, I'm going to put my buy order at this trend line here, 0.030. This is how you accumulate more coins. Now, it may not stay in this zone for a very long time, but ladies and gentlemen, look at all these coins. They're doing the same dance. It's doing the same dance right in this particular zone. All right, Bitcoin up, GMT's doing it. GMT's it's a little bit more of a straighter trade than it is anything else. But if you lift it up like this, you can still draw your trend lines here. I'm gonna go ahead and do the one that goes all the way through. So there, and then another one here. So if you see this trend line, what is your next move, ladies and gentlemen? Looking at this, what is your move? What is your move right now? What do you think this coin's going to do? You've seen what it has done. It touched it 1, 2, 3, and now it's here for a fourth time. Now, and you see it's doing the W right here on the RSI. W, and usually when a W happens, it usually completes. So W, usually, so your target zone should be here, right? That's your target zone. That's where if you buy now, this is where you want to sell. Because it's been here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6. This will be the 6th one. If it completes, it'll be the 6th one here. This is where you put your sell order. This is how you accumulate and make quick money here, from here to here. Can you make money like this? Of course you can. Look at the price range from here to here. That's 21.22% gain right there. 21.22% gain. Now let's say you had $10,000. For instance, 10,000, and then you multiply that by 21.22% equals $2,122. You would have made up $2,122 out of that trade alone if you had $10,000 from here to here, if it completes. You understand what I'm saying? You see how profitable that is? And then you wait for it to continue. If it continues, if it hits this target, you could sell it. You don't have to sell it all, but you could sell it. I mean, if it looks like it's continuing to do the same up, down, in this level here, that coin, this coin, and Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's doing the dance too. Okay, so let me bring this target down just a bit, right there. You see, it hit it here, hit it here, hit it here, hit it here again, hit it here, and hit it. I mean, it's almost like they want to give you money. It's almost like, hey, take my money. Make money and take my money. This is the algorithm right now. This is the bots are trading. The bots are making money for these millionaires because they got millions of dollars. So they're just making money all day doing this. I mean, it's even if it doesn't do consolidation, you can do it on the trend line. You can do it when it's going up, and you can do it when it's going down. Okay, it doesn't have to be just this type of rhythm. All right, you can still do it here. You know, you can still do trend line here, and then when it breaks below the trend line, okay, you have your stop loss here. Remember, you know it's going to hit this level again, which it did. It hit below it, but before it started tapping off it. Tap, break through a little bit, went up. You would have sold again. What? Okay, first let me go back here. I'm going to point this area out right here. Ooh, let me get my square. Let me just point out this point here. All right, you saw it, right? This dipping. You're like, okay, It's dipping. I sold. Hopefully you sold when you, again, the behavior in the past is going to determine where the previous support and previous resistance is. So that's going to determine where this coin is going to go. So if this coin broke here, it broke your previous, so you sold, you're waiting for the dip, boom. This is where the previous support was, right here. Previous resistance / support. So that's your target right here. See, 1, 2, now I hit it twice. It's good if it hits it 2 to 3 times, then it solidifies that's a heavy support area. All right, so now you saw this previous resistance area, and look what happened. Boom, 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 boom. Bounce off this, bounce off it. Broke down a little bit, but it bounced. So you would buy here, watch it go up, and previous resistance right here is also right here. So that's where you put your sell point. And then you watch the dip. Boom. You might have bought here. If you bought here, you put your stop loss. You have to put a stop loss. So your sell will be a little bit below that. Okay, so if it reaches this point, it breaks even further down, you would have to sell. You don't want to hold on to these coins. If you're trying to make money every day, you got to sell your coins. You can't hold it. The longer you hold on to them, you ain't making no money if you're holding on to the coins. You have to have buy and sell positions. You got to. And trading. So previous resistance, that's where your sell is. Boom, you would have hit the target, you would have sold. This is almost, it's not 100% guaranteed because look, it broke down that previous support. But if you have your stop loss set, say I'm going to sell here, take a little bit of a loss, maybe 1%, 2% loss. But listen, you know you can gain 20%. You can gain 20, 30%. We've done that here. Right here. Possible that could happen here. It happened here many times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, but we only traded 3 times. But in 5 days, in 4 days, 5 days, right here. And it's doing the dance again. So you already know what to do here. You already know what to do with Bitcoin. You already know what to do with GMT. Okay, so we're going to do ARPA. We're watching this trend line here. Okay, so again, like let's say you just getting into the market. You're getting into the market. Let's say you got only $500, right? Get into the market, only got $500. This is where you're going to want to put your buy. $250 worth, not all of it. Because it could hit the second trend line. This is the shorter trend line. This is the longer trend line. So you put $250 here, you make the buy. And then if it comes down this low, you throw your other $250 in. All right, now you got your whole $500 in, and you're waiting. If it breaks below this trend line, it may break down only up to here, and then you wait for it to come up. Okay. Now this trend line, there's another trend line you can see. It's happening as well. Right here. This is another one. So we call this the resistance, the other resistance trend line, where you can actually make and sell and make money with as well. Because these are the longer ones are hitting the higher ones are up here. Let me change these to orange. I want to change that to orange so you can see that these will be let's say you want to make more money. You want more money. You can make money in between these trend lines. See, as you can see here, but you can make bigger profits depending who you are. If you want to make more money, you're greedy, whatever, they go for the bigger target. It's going to take you longer to get those targets met, but there's still money to be made. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as you well know, if you hit that target with my handy dandy tool, it's right here, price range. From here to here, from the orange to orange, that's 17.83%. Okay. For if you do the inner trend line from here to here, that's 8.25%. So from the orange to orange, that's 17.83%. From the inner blues, that's 8.25% gains. Hey, it's in black and white. It's right here. I didn't make this chart up. This is a real live chart, meaning coin. It's trending. This is what it's doing. I'm just painting the picture. I'm making it so I can understand it easier. So when I trade, I could see the key areas I need to put my buys and sells, right? So for instance, you see this coin now. This time that you may not want to sell it because it could potential breakout. But at this time, there isn't a breakout. There's no news. There's nothing crazy happening. But let's just say it does break out. I'm just gonna, point the future out. Let's say this coin goes like this. Remember, you're making your buy here, your first buy. If you're just starting out and you put money in this coin, you're gonna put your half of what you're gonna put it buy here, and the other half you want to buy here. Okay, so that's the key points. Now, if this coin decides to go down here, then you got your 100% of your money in, and you bought here. But you want to put your stop loss, right, a little bit below, right around this area here. That's where your stop loss is, just in case it breaks down further down. You don't lose all your money. It's okay. It's okay to take a little bit of a loss and wait for it to do what it's got to do. And then when the coin decides to the coin decides to bounce back up, right? It does this. It may start trending lower. If it hits this area here, if you sold here, you're waiting now. Remember, you sold here. It broke down below. You sold here. You're waiting. It's a possibility. It may not do this. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Then you don't want to rush back in. You want to wait, because it might be going lower. It could hit here, come back to this position, and this is where you're going to see what it's going to do. If it breaks below it again, it may even get lower than that. And it breaks below your previous support level, it could break even lower and start trending like this. And you don't want to hold on to a coin while it's doing that. You want to make money. You get what I'm saying? You want to make money. You don't want to see it doing that. So this is where you want to put your sell, your stop loss. Stop loss will prevent you from losing all your money and losing the value of your cash, the value of your USD, the value of the coin, period. Because if you sell the coin, you no longer have the coin. So if it starts to lose value, you don't lose anything. You turn it into USDC, USD, USDT, one of those. It's a dollar-based coin. That's what you have to do. And then wait for it to make its like move. You got to be patient. Patience is key in this game. You got to be patient. You don't want to rush everything. Because if you listen, you want to make money every day. Everybody wants to make a profit. Everybody wants to make a profit. It's not going to happen overnight. You got to be patient. Now, for instance, let's say, see now it's trending upwards. It's going up a little bit. Let's say you have this coin. Now remember, you're a buyer. If you're a buyer, you already know what I told you. You put half here and then half here. If you already have this coin and you bought here, you're waiting for it to hit here. All right? You got your stop loss set here, right in this area. That's where your stop loss is. If it breaks below that, you sell it and you wait for the next dip so it hits this target. And that's where you're going to put your buy. Okay? So if it breaks below stop loss, you sold it all. Once you got the alert on your phone, you make sure you have your phone and put the alert saying it sold. Bing! You sold all your coins. Now your next target, that's where you put your buy at this particular point. My next buy will be here. So if the coin bounces, breaks this, you lose a little bit of money, 1%. 1% is not bad. I lose 1 to 2 to 3% sometimes on trades. I might even have to buy higher, and which I'm going to talk about next. But you're watching this wiggle room, okay? So it hits this trend line. It did hit it. It's bouncing up. You got a little bit of a profit from here to here. It's not much, but you still got a profit. So let's say you bought here, and it's here now. You're at almost 3% gain. Almost 2.47% gain. You're up 2.47% from here to right now. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let me erase these so that way it's not all getting all. It's getting all. It's just getting all too much shit together. So I gotta get rid of it so you can see in plain sight. Now this coin could hit here. Right? It could hit here. It's hit it many times, and that's your goal. Your goal is to sell it right here. But let's say you sold it right there. Let's say this coin does hit this target. You bought it here. You sold it at the previous resistance area. And let's say it breaks above it. You're like, oh, God, I could have made more money. Well, you have two choices. You sell it here or here. Okay, now remember, this orange line, this top trend line, it does hit. It hit it multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost 5 times right here. 5 times. So if it does it 5 times, there's a possibility it's going to hit it a 6th time. And you know that, right? So you bought here. You wait for it. You sold it here. You sold it early. It might hit this target, but it's a possibility it will go down. And then previous resistance, support, will be right here. So you know where you want to, buy again. You want to buy here or here. You see? But if it goes below this, this is the gamble, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know how far down it's going to go. You don't know how far up it's going to go. But there's still ways to make money. Because you can make money here. You're already up 3%. 3% from here to here. And from here to here, it's even bigger percentage gain. So let's say you didn't sell. And you're waiting, all right, from here to this orange line. That's almost 12% gain from here to here. 12%. 12% doesn't sound like a lot. You're like, well, I like 30, 40% gains. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're making 12%, 20% gains every other day, hello, that's it. You're looking at the monthly. Say you do, 15 trades times, the average will be 15%. That's 2.20. I don't know what the hell I just did there. But you get the idea. I did the math wrong. So 15 trades times, 0.15. I guess I got to put 15 instead of. Anyways, listen, I didn't say I was a genius in math. But you get, if you got 15 trades gaining about average of 15%, and depending on how much money you have, let's say you got $5,000, right? And you times that by you times that by 15%, not 0.50%. That equals to $750. You made $750 with $5,000. You made $750, and you did it 15 times. Because remember, 15 trades at 15% times 15 in a month, you should accumulate about $11,250 if you got it all right. Out of $5,000, you should accumulate about $11,250. That is the math. That's what I was trying to say. Now, we're watching this coin do its thing. So is there money to be made even at this consolidation phase? Yes, it is. Yes, there is money to be made. And there's a lot of money to be made. You can make money in this market, even though the market is not really doing anything significant. Significant amount. You're not going to lose a lot. You're not going to gain a lot, but you're going to be gaining. Your goal is to keep gaining. You may lose 1 or 2% here and there, but you're going to be gaining 20 to 15%, 12 to 15% average if just following these trend lines that are here. I'm not a financial advisor. I have to say that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just looking at the market, drawing where I believe it's going to go, and then trading on it. That's it. That's all I'm doing here. So, in 4 days, 3 trades in 5 days, you're doing really well right now. You should be having a bag. Accumulate. I accumulated 9,000 coins here. 9,000 coins I accumulated here. I accumulated 6,000 coins here. And then I accumulated like 3,000-4,000 coins, something like that here. This was a big one. I gained a lot of coins here, another here, another here. Now, I was at 150-something coins, 150,000. Let's see. 1,000, you times that by, what's the price now? 0.03. Well, it was a little more than that, but I had a little bit more coins than that. But just say $5,000 is what I had at the time. Now, my coins are, now I got about almost 210,000. Just doing this shit. This is what I got now. And you multiply by 0.03. That's 6,000. I made about $2,000 something from 4 days. In 4 days, that's what I made. Just doing this. Now, I'm watching it now. I'm watching the market. I got my stop loss. I bought it here, and I'm waiting for it to do the dance. I don't know what it's going to do. Hopefully, it's going to go up and hit the target. This is this inner target. This is probably where I'm going to put my sell at 0.034. I'm not going to get greedy and go for the yellow. I'm going to go for this trend line here. So I'm going to, from here to here. So my percentage gains, again, will be, if this works and plays out, 8.52%. So we'll take our math out, calculate out. what was it, $6,800 or something like that, or 65. You times that by, what's the percentage there? Let me put this calculator up there. That was 8.50%, 8.52%. Let's bring it back down. Times 8.52% equals $553. That's what I would make if it does exactly what I want it to do. What I want it to do. And I say it's going to happen, but that's what I want it to do. If it does that with that money, that many coins I got, and this is what my profit would be for that trade. That's not bad. If it happens in a, these are 1 hour candles. And in a couple of hours, it could hit here, it could hit here, it could hit anywhere in between on the hourly candle. I'm just showing you this is something you could do trade-wise. Follow the trend lines. They're giving you a path. They're showing you where the most resistance is, and they're showing you where the most support is. Most resistance, the most support. So these are key areas you need to look out for. Draw your lines, ladies and gentlemen. Whether it be going up, it could be diagonal. Let's go to Bitcoin. Now I'm going to show you the diagonal one. Okay. This is sort of like going up, right? It's sort of like going up. Let me get my my brush, and you can see how it's going up because the bottom, and then it did this. You see how it was going up. But you can even trade in this. You can trade in this. How? Look, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the key support, key resistance areas. These are key resistance areas. A little higher, more like here, but right around this range. And then look at your key support areas. Right? Look at your key support areas right there. It can happen even when it's trending up. You know the key. Now it may get higher and higher. See, and then boom, it hit it again, and then it broke below it. You got your stop loss. You didn't lose that much money. You waited for it to hit here. It hit here again. It broke above. You would have bought here. Wait for it to move. Boom. Hit the target again. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. You would sell here. Wait for the dip. You would gain more coins. Put your stop loss in. So you would have made, well, no, your stop loss started down here. You would hit your target. You would have bought more coins here. It didn't hit your higher target. But you could do your inner. Remember that. Do your shorter trend lines. These are higher trend lines, and then do your shorter trend lines will be in between. That's why these shaded areas are here. I drew these in higher. If you want to make the most money, you want to be in the blue. You want to make quick money, you be in the pink. From pink to pink. And you can see it happen. And let's say you bought here, and you sold it here, and it did this. You see how it broke out above that? Right? And it broke the previous resistance. You're like, oh, okay. So you made money, you sold here, and you wait. Just because you saw this, because now you're drawing a longer trend line. You see this trend line from here? That light blue one? That's a trend line. It's going down. It hit the once, twice. So you got to watch the higher trend line. You know that's the target point where it's probably going to sell. Right? Because it's resistance. 1, 2, 1 over here, 2, 3, 4. So you're making money because you wait. Okay, you sold. If you held it during this, around here, I would have probably sold and waited. Then you saw this pump. Now it hit the bigger trend line. Like, oh, okay, snap. This is going down. And then here's your another target, right? Previous support. It hit that target, that black line. See that black line? Previous support. This triangle. Anywhere in this range, it hit it. This is where you would buy, right? You buy here. It didn't do much going up wide, but you again the shorter time frame right here from here, this pink to this pink, this pink to pink. It did that from here to here, from here to here, and then once it breaks below that pink line, that black line, and it shoots down and comes up and shows like resistance. It bounces off it and comes back down. You know there's a trend change. Now this support line is now becoming resistance. So you want to put your stop loss. You want to sell here and you wait. And if you did that properly, and you saw this dip, boop, ladies and gentlemen, you don't buy anywhere in this area. You wait for it to consolidate. Broke down, key target. Now remember, how do you know how far it's going to go down? Look at the previous behavior. Right here, this big trend line. You see this right here? Let me get my handy dandy brush. That way I can mark it out for you so you can see it. Right here. right here. Let me change that color. Red is not good. Let's go with green. Now let's go with pink. No. Let's go with orange, dark orange. All right, so key point here. So you know that's, look at key point here and here. So there's a lot of key points you could. It broke below this one, so the next one would be this one here, in which it hit, and it broke below that one. So I thought, see that key target here? I got the square there already. This was my next point of target. It might hit, but now it's doing the dance. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. There's a possibility it could do that over and over again. So there's money to be made here. But if it breaks below this area, and bounces and it plays resistance again, I'm selling here. I'm not holding on to this coin because now your next target is here. Okay, that's your next target. This one, either one of these here. This one more than likely, but remember, behavior is what got it this low. This one is a key area because that is the previous low. Way back here. You see? Way back, this area here. Here and here. Key areas. So, it's this, again, I'm just as long a time frame, but you have your smaller trend lines, you got your bigger trend lines. You got to watch all that because that's telling you people's behavior, the behavior of the coins. That's it. That's making money in between the trend lines. You can make money in between the trend lines. That's all I wanted to say. Hopefully, you see. And listen, give me a coin you want me to look at. On my next video, the first one to comment and leaves a coin, I will make a video on that coin. And I will show you the targets it's going to hit. In my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a genie in a bottle. I can't give you the right answer. What I can tell you is the behavior of that coin. The behavior of the people that are holding that coin, what they're doing. I can show you key targets and key points where you can then, do your charting and then figure out, and then you do what you need to do with that. Other than that, first one to comment, first one to put the coin, I will pull that coin up and I would do a chart just like this so you can see the key target areas. That's all I have to say. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Take care now.